The top 10 mysteries of the Wax Museum. Hello people, and welcome back to ITO's 10. In today's video, we'll be intriguing you with facts about a particular tourist spot in London, where people from all parts of the world rush to enjoy the beauty and appreciate the talent of the artists who built up the place into what it is today. Yes, we indeed are talking about the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. Without further ado, let's hop onto this wagon and race into the video. Number 10, the spooky family history of Marie Groscholz. At number 10, we have the history of the person who was the pioneer of the start of such a museum. Marie Groscholz's father's side was a family of executioners. Her father passed away when she was very young, leaving her mother and her to fend for themselves through the tough French Revolution and wars. This was not easy for both of them, and the dark side and hardships of what they had faced can be seen through the wax statues. In complete honesty, if one is to tour the museum after closing hours, one is sure to get a panic attack seeing the realistic faces giving dead stares back at you. Number 9, the shrinking wax sculptures. This fact was quite scary, till the science and logic behind this justified its occurrence. The wax statues that are built shrink and cause the art to look disfigured after a while. This indeed ruins the whole sculpture, which takes around 800 hours or more to make. For this reason, the sculpture is made 2% larger in size, so that when it shrinks, it's the perfect shape and size. Imagine walking around a museum with wax figures, looking like Annabelle burning in a fire. Scary. Number 8, the first museum in London. The first works of Madame Tussauds came into existence in 1835 in London, Britain. Her artwork was displayed in an exhibition which she set up with the aid of her sons. Marie showcased what she grew up facing through the wax sculptures, which weren't about celebrities then, as they are today. Back then, the martyrs and leaders of the French Revolution were held in high regard, and those are the individuals who she would imitate into wax sculptures. To her dismay, all her hard work went in vain when her work was destroyed by a bomb dropped by the Germans in the year 1940. Most of the French relics she made were lost, and a few that were salvaged really didn't leave much too. Number 7, hair scare. Ever wondered how the facial features, especially the hair that's present on all those 50 wax sculptures, look surreal? You guys would be shocked to know that the materials used are not fake or artificial, but real that are embedded in the wax sculpture. The hair that's used on the sculpture, may it be for the head, the beard, or even the eyebrows, does not involve any fake hair but real human hair. A common question that arises after knowing the previously mentioned fact is that, doesn't the hair rot or decompose? Though the hair is natural, there are strict rules that are to be adhered to by the staff and caretakers of the museum to handle the hair with care. There are specialists who make sure to rinse and wash the hair, along with shampooing it regularly. This is then followed by styling the hair, which is why we see the wax sculptures with perfectly shiny hair, just like it was straight from a shampoo commercial. Not to give you any spoilers, but further ahead you will read some spooky details on how one of the sculpture's hair apparently grew out. Watch ahead to find out who we are talking about. Number 6, wax figures of executed individuals. Marie, the mastermind behind the commencement of this museum, was a prisoner along with her mother during the French Revolution. After her release, she was forced to work for the National Assembly by assisting them in creating death masks that were worn by nobles that were executed. This helped her learn the art while not getting in trouble with the wrong party, thus showing her allegiance to the French Revolution. She learned a lot from Curtius, an anatomist who taught her the skill, whose museum she inherited after he passed away. Enjoying the video so far? That's great to hear, but do subscribe to the channel and like the video before you go ahead. Number 5, excruciating measurement procedures. If you have seen the wax statues either in pictures or in real life, it is safe enough to say that it's not at all easy to create such art with great precision. If we're being brutally honest with the effort put in, to make a single sculpture it takes more than 800 hours along with 20 skilled artists to put their skill to work and bring out the best result. But prior to this, 200 measurements are taken along with tons of photographs covering all angles. The measurement taking process is neither comfortable nor easy and involves the person flexing their body for long durations till the perfect measurements are derived. This sounds harder than any modelling job now, doesn't it? Number 4, the lost and found. Almost every tourist spot, especially if it's an indoor attraction, does have an area where the lost and found are collected. Since a large number of tourists come from different parts of the world here, they tend to lose things due to them being absent-minded. But do you know that the Madame Tussauds Museum is said to have one of the weirdest collections in their lost and found? If you don't believe us yet, you'll be shocked to know what exactly exists there. There are exactly 123 pairs of false teeth and one false leg that was found here in the span of 5 years. Imagine how scary it must be for the caretaker of that area. But beyond that, it says a lot about the people who visit the museum. From our understanding, it includes a lot of old people, Or could we just assume someone suspicious is leaving it there one pair at a time just to add to the already spooky atmosphere that the museum sets? Number 3. The acid bath murderer. Have you ever heard of the story of the acid bath murderer? John George Haigh, most commonly known as the acid bath murderer, was known to have killed 6 individuals, though many people state that he has killed 9. The man did not commit murders with a quick stab, but was involved in situations that went beyond repair. In fact, if you hear narrations of the murders, you would not be able to catch even a wink's sleep at night. He got away for 5 consecutive years with the murders, but eventually, the truth came out and he was put behind bars. Before he was banished to the jailhouse to rot in his death cell, the man made a visit to the Chamber of Horrors, which is a segment of the Madame Tussauds Museum. We have no clue why he went there and what he went to do there. The man was so creepy, he even bequeathed his clothes to Madame Tussauds from his cell in Wandsworth Prison. Feels just like an episode of the American Horror Story, doesn't it? Number 2. A proposal gone wrong. When one hears the word proposal, their mind automatically goes to a ring and a surprise, with everyone happy around that scenario. This is something that happens between 2 humans, but what happened here was something entirely different. A wax figure in the Madame Tussauds was lucky enough to receive a proposal from one of its die-hard fans. In 2007, a fan of Bollywood's heartthrob sensation, Shah Rukh Khan, came all the way from Bradford to London to the Wax Museum to propose to the wax statue of this celeb. This was a major milestone for the museum, as this had never happened in the history of the museum. This leaves us to wonder what was the thought process that was going through her mind that made her get down on one knee and, yes, pull out a diamond ring to propose to the non-living statue in front of a lot of visitors who were visiting the museum that day. Unfortunately, the fan did not get an answer and is still probably waiting for one. Number 1. The gruesome fate of Hitler. Adolf Hitler is a person everyone knows for his infamous deeds and ghastly, inhumane actions taken against the Jews, or rather, should we say, wipe them off the surface of the earth. That is how cruel the man was. He has been a constant part of history, and many individuals still hold a deep hatred for him in their hearts, for the loved ones they lost due to him, as well as the injustice that he was involved in against their ancestors. In 2008, Berlin's Madame Tussauds was having a new collection added to the rest of the pieces of art that they kept, and this new piece of art was quite a controversial one. The backlash was anticipated, but not to the extent that it happened. A 41-year-old German man decided to take vengeance against the Adolf Hitler statue by decapitating its head. He's not the only one to have showcased his emotions in this regard. In fact, many people have been spitting at the statue, throwing eggs at it, and even placing pins around his heart. Due to the immense hatred, Hitler's statue had to be kept behind glass to reduce the aftermath that was faced by the statue quite regularly. Want to know an even creepier fact about this wax statue? The hair that was present on the statue's head seemed to be growing out at one point, which truly freaked out a load of people. On that note, we come to the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed our content today and can't wait to see you guys once again. Do us a solid and smack that subscribe and like button to support us. Hasta la vista, ladies and gentlemen.